Hear us tackle national issues in light of Christian values on Usapang Kapatid, Pasakalye, and Radio Veritas. Watch our uplifting reflections on Kapet Pandasal and The Word Exposed, as well as our acclaimed TV specials. Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about JustCom's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, justcom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear His story in theirs.
Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content. Ipinta ang mga salita, tulain ang indak, sumayaw sa himig, awitin ang diwa. Dati akong paraluman. Ang programa ukol sa mga ulat sa komunidad ng sining at kultura. Magtanong, magbungkahi, at makibahagi. Dito lamang sa Dati Akong Paraluman. Tuwing Lunes, alas 3 ng hapon. Dati Akong Paraluman sa Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM. We are now on YouTube. Watch all of our live episodes plus exclusive content in our channel at Radyo Katipunan FM. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the bell to get the latest updates.
To listen to music that uplifts the soul, follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music on YouTube. Our music is also available on iTunes and Deezer.
Lead X. X is for the extracurricular life of the Ateneo College students. X is for the X factor that transforms them into leaders, into men and women for others. X is for Lead X. Lead X.
Down from the hill.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Voice of W Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
The voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan, 87.9.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. The voice of W Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at
Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B, here on MindEd.
Sa'yo sumisilong kapag ang puso ko'y pagod.
Okay, good evening everyone. This is MindEd, your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits. My name is Dee. I am just a letter flying solo because Patrick is not with me, but not so solo because I have Justin with me. Hi, Justin. Good
Yay!
evening.
Hi, good evening everyone and thanks for having me here. Ito na naman ako, no, kumo-cover na naman sa mga wala.
Yes, and this is why we love you, Justin. So thank you for being here. So this is gonna be the flow is gonna be a bit different tonight because we're gonna flip the show muna yun para lang maiba, di ba ganyan?
Wow.
So bago tayo magkwentuhan, later na yung kwentuhan, siguro I think we have to give honor na rin siguro and send our condolences to the family and friends and of course to our beloved Society of Jesus because we lost Father Tanseco yesterday. So he is the
Yes.
founder of CIFAM.
Yes.
And yeah, we are extending our condolences po sa family and friends. And sa kabilang dako, Justin, kaya rin wala si Patrick ngayon. I'm not sure if you are watching, Patrick, but we'd like to congratulate you and Chai for bringing Baby Cassandra to the world. So yay, wala ba tayo pa-effects ko,
Yes, may
Justin?
pa-effects tayo.
Yeah, pa-clap-clap. So welcome. Mapapakwento tayo kay Pat when he returns. So ngayon, you are on daddy duties. You are not allowed to enter Zoom. Yan. Pero mag-comment ka if you're there.
Yes,
And-
yes.
yes. And then, it's still September. And it's
That's
still
true.
Suicide Awareness Month. Because we took a quick break last week. Kasi nga, biglang, anak ni si Chai. Congrats again, Chai. Yeah. So, right now, we are still championing. Yun nga, championing, I think. September, yun yeah, the Suicide Awareness Month. And part of this is, I guess taking care of ourselves. So, for those who are, who have seen our promos, right? So, sabi ko nga dun sa IG ko, we're gonna have a fellow empath on the show. Yeah, so mabuhay yung mga empaths. Is that right to say? Okay. So, so to introduce our special guest, so she is a mental health advocate, founder and chief executive officer of Empath Corporation. She has immersed himself with a series of development and social venture work for the past 5 years and has a vision of changing mental health care system in the Philippines. She graduated from Ateneo de Manila University, majoring in legal management and completing 2 minors, one in literature and the other in development management. So, pa-explain natin later. Okay, she's currently studying in Ateneo Law School, completing her law degree as she advocates for mental health rights. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from Empath Corp and many others, Miss Steph Naval. Hi, Steph. You may now enter the room.
Yes, hi Steph. Welcome to MindEd.
Hello.
Yun.
Pero bago tayo
Welcome.
magsimula,
Yeah.
B, with Steph,
Sure.
isang malaking hinga muna. Isang one breather na inhale and exhale.
Inhale.
Para
Exhale.
napagod ako sa'yo.
Oh, kailangan natin yan. Inhale, exhale. Kasi ako, I am personally very happy that we have Steph here with us. Matagal na itong sinasabi ni Patrick na parang i-invite natin sila. And sadly, Patrick can't be here now. And pero sige, okay lang, magkaka-part 2 tayo. Sabi ko, magpa-part 2 tayo dito. Kasi feeling ko, our discussion now will be super meaty and it's gonna be super bitten. Then yeah.
Yes.
So let's not keep our audiences waiting, diba? So magpakwento na tayo kay Steph. So
Nice.
Steph, I know you have classes pa. and
So that's the
you
reason why
are
we're
like
kind of rushing, di ba? Kasi nga,
right,
mm,
'di
yeah,
ba?
yeah, okay, sige.
So
So, yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
Joby.
the first one siguro is that since you're 'di ba kasi yung una nasa description mo is that you are a mental health advocate, like before anything else, before being a law student, before being the founder and CEO of Empath, kaya siya, you are a mental health advocate. So what made you advocate for mental health?
For me, it's the experiences that I had to go through, the
Mm-hmm.
mental health struggles that I experienced in the past, and even possibly still healing
Okay.
now. But ultimately, I
Mm-hmm.
really advocate, especially with mental health care and getting the
Yes.
appropriate treatment, getting the necessary means that you need in order to heal. And for this,
Mm-hmm.
that I also went through experiences of with when it came to the mental health care system in the Philippines. And I realized that although
Yeah.
it's really great that there's a mental health movement and it's getting more awareness,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think that there's also a lot to improve on and so many things that the healthcare system, specifically
Mm-hmm.
towards mental health, can improve on and offer to Filipinos.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Ayun.
Okay.
And the reason why, yun nga, I mentioned earlier, the reason why we're kind of rushing with
Mm-hmm.
with our guest right now is because you're still studying, di ba? Pero
Yes.
yun nga,
I still have plans.
and you have a class later. Uh,
Yes.
I wonder, why did you not wait for, for yourself to graduate first, no? Bakit ka
Mm.
nag-launch ka agad nitong advocacy na to? Or what prompted you?
Actually, for this one, I was thinking, okay, maybe I can develop it throughout, let's say, my years in law school when it comes to product development and doing research, etc. But I think because when the pandemic hit, it was it really greatly impacted the mental health of a lot of Filipinos from having to experience a lot of layoffs, economic
Mm-hmm.
recession,
Yeah.
having to lose a lot of loved ones, and the stress
Mm-hmm.
of having the uncertainty. So
Mm.
I think for me, I discerned about it, thought about, wow, Atenean discernment. And then
Yes.
I thought about it, and it seemed very timely and all the more necessary to launch it now. So I ended up launching it just last month, so August
Mm-hmm.
2020. And yes, it's been going really great, and I really appreciate the feedback and how people are receiving it also.
That's
Okay.
great. Congratulations, by
Mm-mm.
the
Thank
way,
you.
for launching it, and it's very timely. And I'd like to thank you for making that jump, making that leap.
Mm-mm. Right.
Diba?
Sabi nga nila,
Ayan,
di ba,
okay.
yung paglundag. Mm-mm.
Oo nga eh. Ay, maling programa. Lundagin mo. Maling programa. Okay, so
Sorry.
switch channel. Okay, so the name of would you call it an organization, a company, a corporation? How a movement?
For me, it's social enterprise. So it's
Okay,
a business that has, yes, a social
okay.
advocacy.
Right,
So
right, right.
for
So the name is
yeah,
Empath, right?
yes.
So siguro two questions. Why empath? Like
Mm-hmm.
we can tackle muna siguro like what an empath is. I know maraming masasabi si Patrick, but you're not here, Pat. So
And
I'd
if
like
he's
to hear from
watching, he
you.
would comment, di ba?
Oo nga eh. Nagme-message na nga eh. But yeah, why empath? And then maybe just introduce us to this social enterprise that you founded and you created.
Okay, so for empath, it means a person who experiences the emotions of others. So I'm actually a
Mm.
fan of superheroes, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar. Okay, just a very a bit of tiny fun fact. So
Yeah.
I was into, so telepaths and everything. So a lot of people
Okay.
um may know telepath. So an empath is actually someone with when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to emotion. So just the side
Mm-hmm.
kwento for it. But
Yep.
ultimately, the weight of empath is about someone who's able to have empathy or to be able to
Okay.
connect to someone in terms of
Mm-hmm.
emotionally and be able to actually step
Mm-hmm.
into their shoes and understand them. At the same time,
Yep.
empathize with them and whatever walks of life or whatever challenges that they have to go through. So ultimately, that I wanted to name the social enterprise after empath. So it because it
Yep.
envisions for mental health care access for Filipinos, it
Mm-hmm.
ultimately wants to relate and be able to be there for Filipinos. So given that there's not much mental health care access yet in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
that's something that we hope that our companies will be able to achieve.
Okay, that's nice. So it's is it? I know we were supposed to have one more guest with us, kasama mo. So maybe do you have like a working team with you, or
Mhm.
like developing all of these workshops and services? Like who's with you in the team?
Yes. For so just a brief background history. I started the idea came to mind around March 2019. So I did my own
Mm-hmm.
research. I actually had we entered this in a certain competition also, a social venture that
Mm-hmm.
we were able to reach finals naman. And although we didn't win, but it's okay. It's after the competition. I wanted to
Sure.
still pursue it after. So after around 10
Mm-hmm.
months on my own, researching, working on it, trying to really make sure that I'd want to launch something that is well founded on research and it's
Mm-hmm.
really does make an impact for Filipinos. So
Mm-hmm.
by the time it's Jan, I have my very amazing co-founder Erica Hukom. So she's a friend who's actually in med school now. We both are
Okay.
mental health advocates, and we both strive for also mental health care access. So for my approach should be mental health rights, and then from her approach, it's because she values universal health care as a future doctor. And then we have also two more psychologists, see Dr. Benson and Mia, who've been helping us with the product development, and they've been really great. As in, I'm really grateful to have them. They're really amazing people, and it's nice that we actually really developed a really good friendly dynamic, and that it's amazing that we also
Mm-hmm.
have that great advocacy for social change. And also, we have a few other members that we haven't recently since we launched, and for now
Mm-hmm.
we're around, let's say, 4 to 6 people in the team, and we're
Okay.
really hoping to expand more, especially when there's been a greater demand in
Yeah.
clients. So it would be really great to have people on board also.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I mean, a future lawyer and a future doctor
What
working
kind of
together.
what a combination nga, 'di ba?
Ang galing. It's like a dream team. Go
Oh my.
MS. Like dream team.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about, so yeah, you mentioned about the products that they designed, like the workshops and stuff. Like, can you tell us more about these programs?
Yes, so right now, actually, one of our programs or our flagship kind of program would be the Empath First Aid. So it's similar to,
Okay.
I'm sure everyone is familiar with physical first aid. And the idea of Empath First
Mm.
Aid is to serve as some form of mental health first aid. So, for example,
Okay.
there are means and methods available to get training when, let's say, a friend
Yep.
sprains an ankle, or you sprain an ankle. So, how to bandage it, how to position the foot, and everything. But no one really actually trains you or teaches you what happens if your friend undergoes a depressive episode or an anxiety attack.
Okay.
And it's
Yep.
very common to actually encounter these things, whether it's a friend, colleague, a parent, even a teacher. And that's something that we want to provide for people in Filipinos, for them to actually address mental health literacy, but at the same time contextualize to Filipino cultures and Filipino values.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
additional services, if you'd want to know, that we're serving some clients would be the one-on-one counseling. So as of now, we're
Mm-hmm.
doing business to business. So, or for business to school. So we're catering to some schools right
Okay.
now, and
Okay.
um, and potentially some other businesses, which is pending right now. So, but we've been doing a lot of online workshops also with them.
Actually, I'm
Okay.
actually just browsing through their website at the moment, and actually our
Yeah.
viewers and listeners can actually see it in their
Mm-hmm.
screens. No, I just saw like this. Yun nga, no, you mentioned about the first aid, the first aid service that you're saying. So parang you're training people to be like first responders for mental and emotional cases or something like that, no? But you also have like it's parang tailored fit na you put it like, for example, you have your first aid for those in the workplace, for
Mm-hmm.
teachers. So how does this work? I mean, you kind of customize it.
So for this one, since it's ideally on site, it's more of a workshop setup, so very interactive, not just lecture based, and it also has group discussions. But for now, we try to make it more online and accessible for the
Sure.
pandemic. So when it's video calls, and we also
Yep.
use a platform for courses. So
Mm-hmm.
the way it's structured is that they can answer quizzes, and then they can upload some scientific based research and material if they want to learn more. So this one, it
Mm-hmm.
would work as a 4 module setup, and they're
Okay.
once a week, depending how they want to space it out. There's live workshop sessions. So that's when we have
Mm-hmm.
the psycho ed lecture, and then after, you get some bonding or some breakout room discussion with whoever you're joining the session with, and we categorize it so it's more contextualized. So instead of, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
random people joining, for example, we have found all university students, so they have shared experiences
Mm-hmm.
and shared context. Or
Okay.
specifically, the business that they're mostly
Yep.
co-workers, colleagues, and then teachers. We'll be doing that maybe around next month or the next few months. We just finished
Mm-hmm.
university students, and we had for workplace, and then now we're moving on to teachers and possibly parents, because it's nice that they can, I guess,
Yep.
bond and also learn from
Mm-hmm.
each other how they're
Yep.
being able to cope with their similar context.
Okay. So
That's
these are
nice. Oo nga
basically
eh.
ready-made templates of workshops for individual needs, right?
So
Uh,
there's a baseline. Oh, sorry. Yes.
no, say, go ahead.
Oh, there's a baseline. There's a baseline framework we have that's based on. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a ready-made research, and we actually had to do raw data research on that for most of it, because there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't much available in the Philippines. So we had to do interviews and then some group discussions, etc. And for this one, depending on the client also, so we have a proposal content outline. And then if they want to include a bit more like this, or depending if they're
Mm-hmm.
more active crowd, they want more active activities, or so there's a base template, and then we'll just contextualize it more after we have our preliminary meeting with the client.
Mm-hmm. So para rin kayong may intake.
Something
Pero
like that.
it's something like that, or your own version of it. That's
Yes.
great. And then based on experience, I mean, you don't have to disclose anything very specific because of
Mhm.
course, we respect the context of it. Pero, what are the common needs or like nakikita mo amongst the maybe the workshops or the clients that you have sa maybe sa education, sa academe or sa workplace, ganyan, especially the time of pandemic. Like what do
Mhm.
we need to address, kasi you're talking about like mental health, let's say the first aid, right, diba? So what do we need to attend to? Nakikita mo very common.
For us, based on our experiences with clients and also some research that we did with our psychologists, the common
Mm-hmm.
experiences would be, for especially the pandemic, would be the physical and emotional fatigue from
Mm-hmm.
work, especially when they blur the lines of work and home. The adjustment issues,
Yeah.
having to adjust, the anxiety
Okay.
and or even depression due to the difficulties of the pandemic. So these were the common themes that we found. And given
Yeah.
this, what we actually, well, I can give some things that we discussed with our psychologists would be recommended of rest
Sure.
and a lot of self-care activities. So with our university,
Mm-hmm.
the university students, what we have is called the self-care project. So what they did every day, they
Mm-hmm.
get to choose the self-care habit, and then they would just upload it in our Viber group to show them. So some of them, for example, chose exercising for, let's say, 5 minutes. And then at the end, some of them said they were grateful because of that. They got to jump back to exercising. So that's the self-care project, especially when it's in a span of
Mm-hmm.
around a month. So I guess if
Yep.
you preempt that you're gonna receive a lot of exhaustion and a lot of emotional drain, you need to double up in your self-care activities. So whether it's also sleeping on time,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping early for some of them, or even just, I guess, taking mental health breaks for once in a while for yourself. So there are others now we recommended also. Especially with all the anxiety, I remember Dr. Benson, because I was stressed out also at the start of the pandemic, especially when your
Mm-hmm.
timeline is filled with
Oh.
all law and politics at that
Yeah.
time. So it was very
Yeah.
stressful. So what personally helped for me was Dr. Benson was saying, we've got really good friends after. I love him talaga. And then, so he was saying, it's great that what you should do is to focus on what you can control. So what really helped was that at the start, okay, I just maybe shrink things a bit, like make it smaller. So from my house to my room to how I'm feeling to my breath. And then after, when I feel I have a little more strength, then maybe I can expand it. So I expand to, let's say, having empathy or help me out with my sisters at home, and then expanding to do more in social work. And then once I get overwhelmed again, okay, I can go back, recuperate. And then until I'm strong enough again, then I can expand again. So it's literally breathing like that. So that's what really helped me. Because I also learned that, like, how are you supposed to also make sustainable change if you can't be sustainable for yourself as well? So that's personally what also helped me, especially when it's also, first, you also don't want to be overwhelmed because there are people who really feel for others. At the end of the spectrum, you also don't want to be apathetic to people. So it really helped. That technique really helped me find the middle ground to still have empathy for others, but at the same time to still protect my self-resilience.
Wow.
Sure.
With this big kind of a task though, we want to know how or where do you actually get your pool of parang mga resources? Like perhaps you also would need your manpower. No, where do you actually get these?
And are you open for like maybe volunteers? Like, do they have to have a certain qualifications if they want to join your team?
Ooh. So for us, we do some outsourcing, and right now we're thinking of opening an internship program. So we're very much open to undergrads, psychometricians, people who are taking masters to get psychology, and even psychologists or psychiatrists. So yes, we're actually really planning to expand given the workload and demand that we've received, which is great, although we're really thankful. But yes, we're looking for manpower as well. So it would be great if like people can just email us or send in their resume. That would be fine also.
Right.
That's nice.
May additional
Siguro
help
later
will be
just
great, you know.
drop natin.
Right.
We can
It will
drop
be great help.
the contact details there. Okay, so I'm very sorry that we have to cut this short. Super bitin, yeah, but we'll have you again the next time. So maybe before you go, we'll let you go and have you like be a law student again. any parting message maybe for the youth or for our fellow like mental health advocates as well?
Actually, in times like this, although it's easy to be very overwhelmed with all the chaos and uncertainty that's happening, I think what's important is to, as cheesy as it sounds, is to continue to have hope and really keep fighting the good fight. Especially when, with my experience of social development work, I really believe that Filipinos are a lot capable than what people perceive or what people may think. As in, I've met so many people who wanted to start NGOs, who wanted to do all of this and social enterprises and a lot of great works and impacts. So I really have hope, especially for the youth. And I really hope that they don't allow all these challenges and all the uncertainty that's happening get to them. I know it can get to people, but to continue to have hope and really to continue to keep fighting the good fight. So yes, that's my parting message to them.
Amen to that.
Great.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Steph.
Thank you
And
also.
again, we're gonna flash the website again later, and just we're gonna stay here for a bit, yeah, so we can process everything that you shared because there's a lot talaga.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So sorry.
yeah. No, don't be sorry. We learned a lot, and I'm sure our viewers learned a lot as well. So okay, sige, we'll let you go, and
We
we'll
will
see you
let
soon. Okay.
Yes.
God bless all
Hopefully
your
I can bring
work.
Eric also and some of members
Yeah.
of the team.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm sure
That would
there's
be
a
great.
lot
That would
more
be
to talk
great.
about. Eh. Yeah,
Okay, well, again,
we're gonna
thanks.
do a deep
Thank you for
dive
joining
soon.
us, Steph. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
So,
So yeah, thank
alright,
you. Bye,
we'll see
everyone.
you. Okay,
Bye.
see you. Bye
bye.
bye. Okay, and that
Okay.
was Steph Nava
Wow.
from Empath
Oo.
joining us tonight. Ayun, yun nga, sabi nga natin
Oo nga.
kanina,
Ang
we had,
galing, no? Just...
ha? Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't
sorry. You were saying.
No, I was just saying na yun nga, nakakabitin kasi nga she had to go for her classes But if
Oo.
we still had have the time now, we will
Mm.
have to, we can actually just learn more about their
Mm.
programs and their advocacy, diba? But
Mm.
yeah, we'll
Ang
have our
galing.
own time again soon.
Yeah. Pero super impressive kasi I mean, I wonder how they manage their time.
Yeah,
Na
I
pa-
mean, imagine,
being a law
imagine doon
student,
law
a med
student.
student.
Correct, correct. At hindi pa sila like tapos, diba? I mean,
Hindi
they're
pa,
still
oo.
like
Yeah, I think
on it.
Eric is I think third year med school ata eh. And then Steph is second year law school.
Wow, imagine.
So medyo hindi sila like first years or hindi sila like yung mga tipong siguro mas stressful yan if they're preparing already for their boards and the bars. Pero yeah, ang galing. It's very inspiring and it's actually very enticing na rin
Mm-mm.
to dip our toes into like social enterprises like these. Kasi it's making mental health awareness and the facilities to become more accessible.
Mm-mm.
Kasi I mean, nung time, talaga yung panahon ko very tita. Yung panahon
Okay.
natin. When we were in Steph's age and Eric's age, parang we didn't have this. Right?
Yes. I agree.
We didn't have this.
And also,
and to have this
sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Yeah, to have this type of space where it's very it's very welcoming.
Mm-mm.
And based pa lang dun sa pangalan ng group nila, it's or the social enterprise, it's Empath, diba? So when you actually yung kanina, we can like flash the site again. So diba meron sila dun sa homepage nila like the definition of an empath. Can we do that ulit?
Yeah, the
Sige,
website.
let you pull it out first. The website. Dun sa homepage nila, nakalagay dun yung para definition of an empath. So, ang definition na nandun, it's a noun and it's a person who experiences emotions of others. So, ito yung sinasabi kanina ni Steph na yun yung superpower of an empath. Diba?
Tama
Kasi,
ba?
diba?
Ang naisip kong superhero, di ba yung sa Guardians of the Galaxy, di ba meron doon silang kasama na empath then? Or, I don't know,
Naku,
maybe are you well versed with
hindi masyado. Let's not go there. Hindi masyado. Baka si Patrick pa yung baka sa kanya. Patrick, mag-comment ka nga. You help
Pero
us out.
I'm kind of thinking then on, although yes, there are, diba? Like for example, Professor X of X-Men, diba?
Telepath siya.
He's an empath. Yeah.
Oo.
So yun, yung mga ganung inspiration na parang you have the ability to connect to a person's emotions or like
To
feel what they feel.
Yes, to
I was
feel. Ayan na ba? Pina-flash mo na ba siya?
Yeah, oo, ito na. Yung the definition of an empath. Yan, sabi nga dito, it's of course it's a noun, a person who experiences the emotions of others.
Yeah. And then there's a second one.
Okay,
Can we read it?
Yeah, a social enterprise that envisions mental health care access for all Filipinos, which is of course this is their I think this is their mission.
Yeah. Which is great, I think, kasi yun nga it's becoming more accessible. Pero ikaw ba, Just, kasi I know you've been working since kanina pa. So speaking of emotions, ngayon natin gawin yung kumustahan kasi di ba we flipped the program. So you want to share kumusta, how are you, how have you been, anong nangyari?
Before I go to what I'm feeling. Hindi kasi gusto ko lang din na parang yun nga yung itong si Steph no, the proponent of empath are like they really parang epitomize yung mga tao na if they feel that there is really a need for something, especially a need to help others, parang regardless of their parang if it's really their passion to help, parang talagang they will really put their foot forward to
Yeah.
to make it happen. And I really admire people like these, like them, no, na talagang who strive to, yun nga, sabi nga kanina, di ba, they really take the leap to, regardless if, they're kind of caught up with their lives, di ba? It's really just, a marvelous thing. And yeah, and speaking of that, yun nga, medyo overwhelming din yung experience of, knowing them. Kasi nga, I've also like, yun din na feeling ko parang ako din as a person, yun yung gusto kong gawin din parang I want to do a lot of things, pero of course your capacity is, there's also like a certain capacity for you to do such, tulad ngayon. my day has been full so far, mula, of course we started so early in the day and then go a bit late, but it's still, I mean, I'm still like on the go right now. I mean, I don't really feel that much pagod kasi nga, it's your passion it's what you want to do and it's what you like to do, and yeah. So, kaya parang it's the same din with them.
Actually, yun nga yung sinasabi ni Steph kanina na parang she believes in the capability of a human person. The will to do like things that you want to do. That's why if you have like yung mga passion na ganyan, you have your passion project, so why not just do it?
Right.
And just be patient with yourself about doing it. Mga ganon. So ikaw, Justin, umiwas ka sa tanong ko kanina.
Ay, umiwas ba ako?
Yes,
sorry,
umiwas ka kasi you're talking about no, I think kasi diba ito nga, person who experiences the emotions of others, diba? So being like in this space kasi ito rin naman yung parang core din natin dito sa MindEd is to give space to give a safe space to talk about like how we are feeling or how kumusta ang mental health natin, di ba? So dun nga sa parang core promo natin is that ang kanina or kahapon was that if you were to name your emotion today or even maybe a couple of minutes before we started, can you give a name to that emotion?
Like a specific feeling talaga, or
how would you parang it's actually a creative way kasi diba usually nagkukumustahan tayo. So instead of telling me kaagad kung kumusta ka, like what is your emotion, let's make it fun, ganyan.
Okay, sige.
Pwede namang tatlo yung emotion, okay lang din.
Hindi, ano ba, how do I describe it? Well, paano ba? Hindi ko yung maisip bigla. Pero hindi, I was contemplating on it when you asked before when I was pre-show, parang you mentioned it, tapos parang I was contemplating on it, and then parang what am I really feeling right now, aside from the fact that I'm kinda of course tired in a way, pero dun yung feeling na parang you still feel light na you can still carry a certain level of load in you, to carry on, to move on. So parang ano bang pwedeng i-name sa ganon?
Napag-isip ng one word.
Oo nga tas one word pa.
Sige na nga, 3 words.
Hindi, I don't know.
Hirapan ka sa one word.
Gusto ko sanang sabihin na, okay, can I pass the baton to you first? Hindi, joke lang. Or,
pwede naman.
Can you name it for me? Hindi,
yun yung superpower natin. Yeah. Sige.
Sige nga. Sige, let's try. Sige, can you name my emotion? Challenge.
Langhula bigla di ba? Do you feel, kasi sabi mo you don't feel burdened, but do you feel challenged?
Yes.
Gusto ko yung
Yeah.
true or false na lang tayo.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Very
Ganun
long.
siya. No, pero kasi kanina, I think you were feeling, kasi yun yan, kasi okay, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, trivia, um, I sense that Justin was feeling stressed and overwhelmed before we went on board because nawala ng kuryente sa Ateneo. and we are streaming from Ateneo. Nawala ng internet.
Correct. FYI,
Yeah.
I'm still in the office. Yun pa rin. Yun pa pala. So,
Oo.
that's
So
true.
yun din. So I can just imagine the feeling na parang oh no, ganyan. Kasi kanina yun din ang feeling ko actually, Justin. I'm like uneasy kasi parang oh no, anong mangyayari? Tuloy pa ba yung show? So we're like that tuloy pa ba yung show, ganyan. And then iniisip ko na kung ano sasabihin ko kay Steph na parang oh no, Steph, sorry kasi walang kuryente walang internet sa atin so we can carry on with the show without the internet, ganyan. Pero awa ng Diyos, at the very last 2 minutes, 3 minutes, nagkaroon
Last
ng
3 minutes,
internet again.
Just like the basketball
Last 3
thing,
minutes,
diba?
so I guess, di ba?
Oo. Last 2 minutes actually. Last 2
So,
minutes. Na parang,
last 2 minutes, a very, very close call. Kasi normally, last 2 minutes, you're already doing all of the station IDs and all of the announcements. You're prepping the show
we're live already by that time, di ba?
We were live na. Yeah, so you could just imagine. So, the emotion then, I think, was relief because I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt relieved.
Pero,
Siya.
alam mo,
And,
I'm just lang din. Kasi parang naisip ko nga din na parang, am I that resilient? Parang kasi instantly right after, I felt that feeling of yun nga, no, yung overwhelmed. Tapos yun nga yung sobrang stressed out ka. And then suddenly, parang simpleng bagay lang na nag-turn on yung lahat nung mga nung mga gamit na okay, ibig sabihin okay yung internet. Parang okay, nakahinga na ako. And then after that, go straight to work. Parang yung ganun na parang I feel that
carry on.
I can carry on with it. Yung ganun. So yun.
Oo, ganun na lang siya. Pero grabe yung challenges natin, the online challenges, diba? And I can just parang imagine din siguro like how this group nga, din nga sila Steph, manages online workshops as well. Diba?
Right.
Like how do they do that? Na parang, ewan ko, siguro we can dive deeper into it when we have them again. Kasi ako I'm very curious, like kunyari sa atin sa field natin, sa profession natin, na parang going on air is just easy for us because we have social media and we have the internet for that, and kumbaga parang it's very casual, it's very normal. Pero when you have like workshops, especially ito na ang topic is mental health first aid, like how would you imagine it to go, and I'm very, again, congratulations to Steph and Eric and the whole team na they were able to still manage to, alam mo yun, to have that and to still continue their objectives.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oo. And come to think na di ba, they do these workshops kasi they want to help out, especially those right now yung mga ganun din yung nararamdaman pag nag-online workshop, nag-online class for example, na stress sila because of in some cases like yun nga yung nangyari sa atin na nawalan ng internet, yung
mga technical difficulties natin.
Simple to those minute to the more larger parang sources of stress. You can imagine na how they are able to really teach these people how to do it in that same in that same platform,
same space. Oo nga eh.
Same,
so imagine they have group counseling and they also have one-on-one counseling. So I guess this is more like one-on-one, diba? So parang it's really a personal thing. And then they also have online yoga subscription.
Oh, I kind of saw that nga din
You
eh.
you you saw that, 'di ba?
Oo,
Oo.
na
They also
they
have
have those
online yoga subscription.
correct.
Actually, off the air, nagkwentuhan kami ni Steph na yun nga, she also practices yoga, and then yes, so napahaba yung chika namin about yoga. Pero it's really nice that they have a space for this one also, and it's making it accessible din. And then meron ding, ito yung hindi natin masyado na pag-usapan, yung wellness workshop subscription.
Mm-mm.
So, ang
Actually,
dami pa
what
natin
particularly
actually
caught my
itatanong, di
eye,
ba?
what particularly caught my eye is yung kanilang program for yung counseling for the public school students and teachers. Especially
Yep.
na
Oo.
kasi 'di ba we're expecting classes to begin na on October for the public schools. Of course, the private ones have already started na rin
Already been
siguro,
doing
like
it, yeah.
way back as early as August as August, but the public schools which are actually the ones that are very, how should I put it, yung na talagang nangangapa sila eh. Kasi my mom is a teacher in a public school, and I can imagine, not really I can imagine, but I can see how stressed she is in making it work for her to teach class online. Di ba? Parang I cannot imagine what kind of stress she's, getting into. What more for others who, kasi at least siya, she has access, for example, to resources that she can, do, her teaching. But how about the others, the other public school teachers who might not have that much, no, na walang access to technology, although they are trying to, put it up for everybody, but of course it's not as enough. And what more for students, diba? The students that would have to suffer or carry the burden of, ito nga yung, I don't know, how should I put it? This is my own opinion. I feel that it's like haphazardly done yung pag-online yung as in like the full automation or full online classes. So yun, I really just feel that they really need some sort of a support or help in a way, to not just recover, to continue talagang yung to mitigate that those stresses that they have.
Yeah, sana nga this program that they have for school. I think we can see it here, diba? So the program that they have for school, I hope they can maybe do a partnership with DepEd maybe, so that they can also, kasi we're focused on helping the students, but we should also probably focus on helping the teachers as well.
Yes.
Kasi sila yung nagpapatakbo ng classes, and yan based nga sa kwento mo, and my sister is also a teacher, and ramdam ko rin yung the stress of adjusting everything, making everything online, and then making sure that the kids are also like learning. Even the curriculum is being changed for some, I think.
Correct.
So, yun inaayos din nila yun.
Kasi to
And then
really
I think
fit in.
Ganun din siguro, I think yung for the workplace especially. Ayun, just sa GESCOM, 'di ba? Parang kumusta ba, parang would you say, I mean, you don't have to answer that, 'di ba? Pero hypothetically, like would you say na nakapag-adjust ng mabilis ang GESCOM with all of the sudden shifts? Kasi yun nga parang going back dun sa Empath, diba? They were able to launch it during the pandemic. And nakita nila na isa sa mga like areas of concentration that they did the module for, they do a module for, is yun nga, for the workplace. Like, would you say na parang nakapag-adjust na ang GESCOM for that, or ang Radyo Katipunan, or for myself, like kami, the adjustment is really a conscious effort for us.
Right. I think it's the same. I mean, every now and then we have to self-check, do a self-check of, of the things that we do.
Self-check. That's right.
for me, it's very important. I mean, to
Mm.
not only just self-check ourselves, but also check others,
Oo. Others.
our peers, as to how they're
Mm.
coping up then with all these
Mm.
changes that we're experiencing. Um,
Mm.
Kasi if we will talk about the technology, the services and the programs and products that we have in JESCOM in general, plus of course in Radyo
Mm.
Katipunan, or kahit sa Radyo Katipunan na lang we were able to like
Oo.
ever since parang naka-adjust na tayo with the
Mm.
technology, and so in a way. Pero yung the emotion of
Mm.
doing that,
Yeah.
the emotions we put in putting up these things, yun yung
Mounting
nahihirapan
it.
tayong
Oo.
mag-adjust, diba?
Right, right, right.
Mm.
But congratulations.
Yeah,
And you were able to do it.
right.
And ang
Oo.
ganda nga, actually, ang ganda ng episode kanina ni Father Nono dun sa Jesuit Hour and Father Jason D that they
Oh
talked
yeah,
about.
oo.
Yun
Spirituality.
nga, nagsimula sa Ikebana, napunta na sa buong production ng Radyo Katipunan. So, ang ganda.
Oo.
Ang ganda nung segue.
It was
Pero,
a,
again, sige, going back. Ay, sorry.
no, it was ano lang, it's a parang it's a walking down memory lane mula nung nung nagka-lockdown na parang nga no, parang we had gone through those na parang I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Kahit na nito lang yon na ilang buwan lang nakalipas yon, pero the lengths that we had to endure to put just to bring our service to our our community. It was really like a great effort. And yun din. I also thank din naman everyone for really putting their yung pagtataya din nila no. So yeah, nag-work din yung relationship na ganito.
Grabe ang pagka-mission ready.
Totoo.
But, Justin, kanina nga sinabi ni Steph, diba, it is also important to like take mental health breaks. So, let me ask you that question. Do you do that? Nagme-mental health break ka ba?
Ako pala gigisahin dito. So, bagay show mo naman to.
Idol ko si Patrick eh.
Show mo naman to. So, show nyo ni Patrick.
Hindi, sasagutin ko rin yan.
Pero sasagutin mo yung emotion mo kanina. Hindi mo rin nasabi yun. No?
Nasabi ko kaya yung emotion ko. Sabi ko, I share with your emotion.
And I wasn't paying attention. Diba?
Parehas tayo na naramdaman. Oo, sige. Pero yeah, do you
tsaka empath naramdaman ko siya. Ganon.
Oo, naramdaman.
Anyway.
Yes, so.
Ano na nga yung tanong?
Mental health breaks and how?
How?
Do you take mental health breaks and how?
Yeah, oo. Hindi, for me, ang talagang ginagawa ko lang siguro kasi of course feeling ko lang ang pinaka major hurdle ko sa emotional aspect ng buhay ko is yung stress, yung how to cope up with stress. As far as that's concerned, more of I really just do whatever I would love to do. Kasi doon ako mas nakakahugot talaga ng ng relief or comfort. Pero yun nga, may sinasabi din ng iba na yung ginagawa mo naman yan din yung source ng stress mo, 'di ba? Kasi you also parang it negates itself, parang ganoon. Pero yun nga that's where I actually really get my yung work, yung what I actually do now. That's where I get both the source of joy and pleasure and pain. Yun.
Yeah. Naman.
Diba?
Napakaano naman.
Diba? Hindi, pero
I get what you mean.
Oo, pero siyempre medyo malalim nga yun sa totoo lang, pero siguro yun na lang. Let's go to siguro more of the yung lighter side or lighter part of it. I would normally try to connect with with people as much as I can to not only as a form of helping out others to parang do also for them to also do like their self check na kasi kakamustahin mo nga sila, but it also helps me. It's a therapy also for me na parang lalo na ngayon na isa ding reason kung ba't naging stressful yung ibang mga tao or stressful yung environment is because they cannot interact with people. Nare-repress yung ibang emotions nila, especially for like outgoing people like me. Yun. 'Di ba na gusto tinataldal yung mga kaibigan, yung mga kakilala. So parang yun mga ganong repressive moments na parang you really have to deal with it. So I'm not sure, for example, with yung mga yung mga anong tawag dito, yung mga you call those yung very reserved, na okay yung quiet okay lang sila sa quiet na buhay or hindi nakikipag-usap yung mga ganon. Yung mga ganon, 'di ba? Na sila kaya nila siguro yung ganitong panahon, but I doubt. I really doubt na they can live with complete silence and all. So yun. Kasi importante pa rin yung human interaction eh. That's what parang humanizes us, 'di ba? Yung interaction.
Being able to relate to others, being able to converse with others. Okay, I get you. For me siguro I do mental health breaks in terms of sa akin kasi screen time off ako eh. Like, binabawasan ko talaga yung screen time ko. I mean, of course, parang, syempre sa work natin, especially, kailangan talaga you're always online or lahat ng kailangan mong gawin is always on screen. Ano pa yan, kesyo laptop siya or phone, parang, lagi ka nasa screen eh. So, during the times that I can be off screen, I go off screen. It's my detachment. It's like literally a break for para makahinga ako at makahinga yung utak ko at makahinga yung emotions ko.
Pero ito may tanong ako. Although hindi ko rin alam kung makakasagot ka dito, kung masasagot mo nga ito or what. Hindi kasi feeling ko lang sa akin ang parang naisip ko na for the past months in quarantine, ang escape ko lagi tulog eh. Okay lang ba yun?
That's good na rin. I guess, I mean, we are not, who are we to say, di ba, okay lang hindi, but if it works for you and if you feel rested that you are sleeping, sana naman, di ba? I mean, it's the ultimate rest for everybody.
Kasi parang lagi akong like every hour, pero yung parang mas gugustuhin mo na lang munang matulog kesa yung kunyari makapag-usap ka kung kanino. Yung gano'n. I would rather just sleep. Or kayari, kahit nga yung panonood, kung if it's a choice between panonood ng film sa Netflix, for example, or matulog, I will still choose matulog over it. Diba? Yung gano'n.
And congratulations for choosing sleep over Netflix.
Feeling ko kasi deprived ako ng sleep ng mga bago nitong pandemic. So,
I can just imagine. Yeah, oo. Actually, yun naman din, isa rin yun sa mga, kanina, di ba? Steph mentioned that as well. Getting more sleep. Yeah. Sinabi niyo yung kanina na parang getting more sleep is important. It could work for some na parang dun sila ma-recharge, and I guess you're one of them na na-recharge sa sleep. But I think naturally naman we also need sleep talaga to be recharged, ganyan. Ako naman ang recharge ko kasi is of course sige, sleep na lang din kasi magagalit sa akin ang mom ko kapag sinabi niya hindi recharge sa akin ang sleep. but for me it's doing something creative as well. Na for myself, not for work or anything, or sabihin natin, ito like, we have a lot of concerts parang in our pipeline. Yeah, diba? So, for me, I take it as a balance for me. Good shucks. I love to write and stuff ganyan. So parang yan, that's my balance. That's my mental health break. Sabi nila mental health break ko work pa rin daw.
Dahil dyan, B, I wonder
True
how
naman.
our viewers are also, taking care of their mental health or what kind of mental health break
Mm.
they also observing. So kung meron po kayong
Mm.
mga ideas na pwede nyo i-share na baka pwede kong gawin, baka pwede nyo
Mm.
namang maibahagi yan sa amin by just sending us a
Why
comment
not, 'di ba?
live.
Oo nga. And while we're here nga sa comment section, I see Patrick. Hi Patrick. We miss
Bye,
you. Na-FOMO
Patrick.
ka ba? Na-FOMO rin kami sa'yo.
At
Ayan. Um, let's
alagaan mo yung
drop the website of Empath maybe
Mm-mm.
and then the comments so that
Yeah, for
our
those
future viewers can see.
For those of you who'd like to check out more about Empath PH, so you can visit their website. That's www.empathph.com. Yan. So you can.
And they'll see a
Mm-mm.
whole lot more details there. And how to reach them, of course. Yun naman yung important dun. And I hope they get to reach them nga. Kasi parang, it's very exciting and it's very, inviting and powerful to have this kind of platform available to us already.
Correct.
Yun.
And we'll try our best to get them back again for another episode. To really expound more on what they actually do. Kasi this is a very important thing that they're doing, especially during this time of the pandemic. It's really it's a great help for a lot of people. So, kaya yun, mas hopefully na we have a part 2 of this session with them. And of course with Patrick na siguro by that time.
Yes. Soon. All right, sige. So thank you again, Trusted, for accompanying me, for joining me.
You're always welcome. Of course, you guys are both amazing, no? Si Patrick. Kaya sino ba naman ako para hindi tumanggi?
Yeah. Wow naman. But yeah, thank you again so much, and thank you also to Steph Naval who joined us earlier.
Yeah.
And thank you also to Empath, and congratulations for the launch. And I really hope and pray na magkaroon pa ng mas maraming youth in action and mas marami pang advocates for mental health awareness. Yeah. All right. Ay, sige, meron ka bang final words? May mga announcements ba tayo na kailangan sabihin before we say goodbye?
Well, I at the top of my head, I can't think of any, but just continue tuning in to MindEd every Thursdays at our new time slot, 7 p.m. Of course, that's with Dee and Patrick. Of course, Patrick's not here today, but he will be joining us
In
soon.
spirit.
Yes.
Congratulations again, Pat and Chai. Welcome, Cassie, to the world.
Yes.
Thank you again,
Welcome, baby girl.
Oo nga. All right. This has been MindEd, your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits. Again, my name is V. I am just a letter.
And I'm Justin from Radyo Katipunan, taking over for Patrick. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. And in honor of Patrick, I will do the spirit fingers dahil gusto niya gawin.
Let's do that,
I
bro.
also still don't know why we're doing that. Di syempre pa walang spirit fingers kasi hindi mo na may extra yung show. So, let's do it. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you soon.
Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B, here on MindEd.
Sa'yo sumisilong kapag ang puso